Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we are looking at the KBear Ink. It's the nice packaging. This is actually the design that's on the faceplate of the device. Just a quick look at the box. Inside that box, of course, there's another box, and inside that is the box with the accessories. And inside there, you'll see the different accessories in just a second. You get this set of tips right here. You also get this packet, which has a cleaner, by the way. And then you get the tips, and these are the stock tips right there that come with it. These little red ones, I wasn't impressed with those, but the tips right there that it comes with are really good. You also get a cleaner. So you get all of these tips, you get these tips, and you get the cleaner as well. There's also another set. This is a set I ended up using. It's inside the pouch. You get this nice pouch, by the way, too. And these are the ones that I ended up liking with it, and these come with it as well. These are 07s, I believe, from KBear. So I'll put that off to the side. So you get all that. Take a look at the cable. Here's the cable. Has the preformed air hooks. Here's the ink themselves. Very beautiful. Preformed air hooks going down. Get this nice metal splitter and a slider. The cable really looks nice. It's got a nice tight braid to it. It's rubberized as well. Then it comes down to a metal aluminum, I guess. Gold plated. So it's a very good cable. It's a cable that you would like buy normally for a replacement cable. Excellent quality cable. We'll get into the specs on the cable themselves. And I'll put that off to the side. Look at the unit themselves. Let's get some light in here. Some little bit more than the studio lighting. You can see there's a nice hexagon design there. If the camera wants to focus actually on that instead of the background. Big nozzle. These are smaller than diamond. This is on the same tradition as the diamond and the believe, more so toward the diamond. It's kind of like an upgraded version of the diamond. It is smaller. It is the same shape and basically the same build quality. Things built like a tank, but to me at least, it seems like the shell's just a little bit smaller. I do have the others. I'll put them next to each other. I haven't had time to do that. I've got a lot of videos coming out too, by the way, and I got to do follow-ups, and I got to show people how to make playlists and stuff on some of the players that we have, and I haven't had the time. So the shell looks nice. It looks really, really nice. It's built really well. I find them very comfortable, as opposed to like some of the ones that have the ergonomic shape that kind of have the little duck tail in the back that goes in your ear, and those are supposed to fit in your ear, but this just simple shape just fits really well. This and the guitar pick shape are perfect. You don't need to do any more than that, I think, to be honest, or at least for my ears. Description. Let's see. It is a 2-pin, 0.78 millimeter. Frequency response is 20 to 20 kilohertz. Sensitivity is 102 decibels. Impedance is 16 ohms. It's a 3.5 millimeter plug. It doesn't come balanced, but you can always get a balance for it. The cable material, actually we'll go down for the cable material because they talk about it a little bit more. 8 cores of oxygen-free copper silver-plated wire. The nozzles are precision brass. So they call it a sound guide, but I call it a nozzle. The body itself is a one-piece molding alloy cavity. And then this is a 2D arc transparent epoxy resin. I was thinking it was like 3D glass, but it's epoxy resin, because I remember the macaws looked similar to that. They were rounder, of course, but they had 3D glass. They actually had Gorilla Glass or something in it. So it is an 8.8 millimeter unit. It's a little bit smaller than the diamond. It is a DLC, diamond light carbon diaphragm. We've seen that in Belon. We've seen that in a bunch of different other IMs. Performs well. And ultimately, I found them comfortable. I like the way the build quality is. The good isolation there as well, depending on, of course, the chips. The accessories are exceptional, obviously. You get a hell of a lot of accessories for the price. Let's go on to my notes now that we did the specs. So, ultimately, cut to the chase. What's the sound? The sound is a V shape. It is a warm, pleasant sound. We're getting into the bass. The bass is very powerful, yet it is controlled, and it offers, very good sub-bass rumble with decent speed. Mid-bass punch is very good there. It's impactful. Definitely will impress a lot of people depending on your tips. Now, the tips can make a big difference with these. Those stock tips, honestly, didn't like the sound of it at all. I put the 07s that came in the package, much better. You want a little bit more control, a little bit more presence of everything, including the mids. Then you go into the Moondrop spring tips. And speaking of mids, now the mids are expected. It is a V-shape IM. You're going to have vocals that are forward. You're going to have some recession there. It's slightly recessed toward the lower mids. And the upper mids, they seem a bit brighter. They can actually, on some tracks and on certain equipment, I noticed on my own, they did get a little hot. And ultimately, these aren't for critical listening. This is a fun, kind of warm V-shape, almost bass head IM. I say almost because it's not quite, it's definitely not like my Metal Ores or the ZS10s or anything, but it still has bass. Any bass head's going to love the bass on these, if you get the right tip cable combination. The cable that it comes with is perfect, to be quite honest. You don't need to replace that. But I imagine if you did, you could get a variety of different things that you wanted. Still, definitely not a critical listening. Not the greatest in technicalities and everything, but it's still an extremely fun and good sounding IM. Just keep that in mind. This isn't going to be reference quality here. It's not going to have 100 balanced armatures all firing to give you that absolute crisp sound. That said, the treble does have some presence. It has a decent extension, though it seems to be a little on the smoothed over side. It's definitely not going to be for treble heads, but still, it sounds well enough. It still sounds very natural. It's got detail. Then we get into the sound stage. It's decently wide. It's definitely above average. And for the most part, it is equal in depth and height. Imaging is very good. It's accurate, and I would say that is above average. It definitely has a nice open sound to it for something that's closed and something that has a lot of bass, to be quite honest. It was surprising that it does have a very nice sound stage to it. Ultimately, if you're looking for a fun sounding IM, if you've had the diamond and you're looking for something that continues on that tradition, then you know what you're getting into with this. Obviously, you're not going to be listening to Tchaikovsky and picking out each, violin string and everything else. This is to just listen to some music. You're listening to pop, K-pop, hip-hop, something like that. You're just gonna enjoy it very much with these. They're very nice. They're very well built. In a nutshell, this is a fun sounding, warmish V-shape IM. Very dynamic and musical in its presentation. And anybody looking for that, you know, you're going to like this very much. Go with the the KBear chips, the '07s. You'll find you'll like it very much. If you're looking for a little bit more of an open type of tip, the Moondrop spring tips work very well with this particular IM. And ultimately, that's it with this. Do I like this? Yes, because I've had the diamond, and obviously the diamond's not made anymore, so this is the next best thing. I like it. I really do like it. Whether or not it ends up in my favorites is yet to be determined. I'm going to actually sit down with the Believe and the Diamond, go through all of these, and decide which one ultimately is going to stay out and be in my favorites collection. So I'll be doing that video probably in a month, maybe. Well, actually, it's a new month now that I'm doing this. It's probably by the end of the month, hopefully, unless something horrible happens and I'm not able to get to it. That's about it with this. KBear Ink, very, very good, extremely fun, musical sounding, good bass. I am for people that just want to sit back and really enjoy the music without getting too critical with it. You'll absolutely love this. It's decent like that. Those people looking for more detail, more crispness, more crispness, more highs and more of that kind of matter, more mids and everything else. Look somewhere else. There's a bunch of other ones out there. You'll be disappointed. But if you're looking for a fun listen and you like the bass and you want some really good quality bass, this guy is going to be the one for you. So that said, I am a bass head. I like bass. I like this. And it's not to say the mids aren't good and the highs aren't good. They're good. They're just, there's ones that are suited more for that particularly focus on that area. Whereas this one just offers you a nice kind of super fun kind of sounding IM to just sit back and enjoy the music. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this has been informative. And this has been the KBear. I always want to call it KBear Ink. Very nice IM. Hopefully I'll have time pretty soon to do that comparison between all three of them. Thanks so much for watching. Please be safe.